خبن بنون بنات أمتن برضه زيلوخ نلداها مغزيت بتفلمة بتعزخ الخرزة بقياته ورعيانه بت مقروه خلط بختن قامتا اتلن أرخا تيا من أطرة إسرائيل إلى أرخن زيزقاتن جودها مدينة شيكاغو تيا اللي بخزقيا من كندا الميشيغان إلينوي بتبقتو تبقياتو بدي بتقاطو راي قبتها دخن قيتاد مقروخ لقاتو خن أرخن وهربت همزم خدش السوري وخدش إنجلس من بيض عربي إنا قمتها تأمرن قداكتر يعقوب يعني يعقوب يعني يعقوب
whatever
بشانتي يا لاست نيم دي خمودي خي خيتا
معوز يعقوب معوز
معوز دكتور يعقوب معوز إلى أمان جخرزت كخوت ليلة تاريخ بشانتي يا جخرزان
أويتون بسيمة رابا أنا خديا رابا أثينا أثن كسلوخون for the first time in this context.
Welcome to Chicago, and I hope أنتنا بغزايخ اليوم بتشمي منخ قمودي why you are what's this tour about why you are here.
Well, I'm a Syrian Jew. My parents came from northern Iraq, from Assyria, actually. My mom came from Zaho and my father from Dohuk. So, אני פליטלו מן עיראק בצ'תת חמשי וחה, מותילו לישראל. דמדרוה לי, פהם לי אתלה, נחה תשעיתה, וקם נשך לה. חמרדותה, וקם נשך לה. Time is coming to repair this fault, okay? And we are trying to revive our culture, our common culture. From one side, the language, we call it Aramite language. And from the other side is to build a bridge and to fulfill the prophecy of Isaiah, to build a bridge between Israel and Assyria. That's why I'm here.
Well, this is great, the thoughts or beliefs, and let's start from the beginning when you came into Canada, then to Detroit, right? You were in Michigan?
Yes.
Okay, who you are meeting with?
Well, I'm meeting with many Assyrian communities in the diaspora, especially here in North America. And what I'm trying to do is to let them get to know that there is an entity that's called Assyrian Jews. And they speak approximately the same language, and we have the same culture. So in a round of lectures here in United States and Canada. Yesterday I was in Michigan, in Detroit, and I spoke in front of the Chaldean Church and many other Assyrian fellows from the community. They are very, very curious what's going on in Israel in this context. It is very new. It is very new for the Israelis that there is Assyrian
Jewish?
No, Assyrian people,
Oh, okay.
non-Jewish.
Okay.
It is very, very new. Because in our conscious, Assyria belong only to the past.
I see.
Okay? From the other side, the Assyrian, most of them, yet don't know that we have Jewish Assyrian.
Can you tell me a little bit about Assyrian Jewish in Israel? What do you guys have gathering? You have the community. What's the status there?
Let's start by numbers.
Please.
Okay? So when we get out from Iraq, actually deported from Iraq, in the year of 51, we were about 100,000 people. But now we have only 50,000 people that are able to speak this language. And then we have about 500,000 descendants of those people.
Okay.
So the potential is pretty big. If we can reach those 500,000 people, we can make a great change in Israel at all. I mean, not only in the context of the Assyria immigrants, but the whole people of Israel, and to let them know more about this common culture that we have.
How hard is to build those bridges?
Well, it is too hard. But
from both sides or from one side?
I think from both sides. But I made a decision to dedicate my rest of my life to this issue. Okay? At the Israeli side, they see no much relevant to revive an ancient language that we lost long ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a great mistake. That's why I'm here. And from the other side, some of the Assyrians are suspective why this Jew decided to get into this business. What he looking for? What is his agenda?
Mm.
So I can face some criticism from both of sides. But I must tell you that I can be much optimistic because I have many other fellows that support me.
Okay, speaking of the language, you're talking about the Syrian language, right? Is that what you guys speak there, or would that community speak there?
Yes.
Okay, and you still keep it, or you're losing it?
We are losing it, but that's why I'm here. I mean, I'm trying to gather first those people that are able to speak the language. And then what I'm trying to do now is to raise the support in Israel and to let the whole Jewish Israeli people experience some of this culture by the language, by movies, by songs, etc.
So we're talking about that bridge that you're building, and you need socialized and educational and all those issues to be communication, to build that communication. And how hard do you think that's going to be? Is it easy to build it, or we're going to face problems from both sides?
As I said, it is hard, but I'm optimistic because I have a real good friends dedicated to this issue from both of sides. Okay, I have a pretty big committee of an influential people in Israel, professors, scientists, cultural, everything I have, and they support the move. Okay, I'm going to have the first international conference in Jerusalem December the 1st. And
so it's end of this month?
Yes, it's pretty soon. And some of our Syrian fellows from different communities at the world will attend this conference. And many other Israeli will share this conference, and this will be the first time that I'm going on air. Until then, I can say I'm lucky because I have an immediate access to Israeli media. So
you'll do a big exposure for that?
Yes. So people get to know slowly that there is a real and serious issue here. I mean, serious cultural issue.
Well, there is some mixing in history if you look at it, and that mix is some of the Jewish being when they left the country, they were known as Assyrian Jewish. I agree with you. Now it's changing to Kurdish Jewish and something like that. I know you have some issues with that. Can you explain that to us?
Yes. You know, it amazed me, and I'm really sorry that I found it just recently. We always called ourselves Kurds, Jewish Kurds. And once I get to know more and more Assyrian friends, I saw that we have a common culture and we are so close. And I started to research this issue, and I came to a conclusion, very simple. Kurds have a different land. Actually, it's a Syrian land. Different language, different religious, okay? Different nationality.
Exactly.
Okay? The most important parameter of identity is totally different. We are Jews, we have our language, our religions, our land. So we are not anymore Kurds. The first goal of mine is to repair this historical mistake. Okay?
To repair the historical mistakes that when we're talking about the mistakes, don't you think there's countries or there's somebody behind that power thing that is changing things or changing history? That's what's happening right now?
Yes. You know, identity is a very sensitive issue everywhere. Everywhere. You know, I'm experiencing an attack from the Jewish, so-called Kurdish. Okay, they are feeling that I'm trying to abuse their identity. You know, I feel sorry for them, really, but I can't anymore tolerate this historical mistake. So I have to repair it gradually, you know, step by step. You know, at the last time we had some demonstrations on behalf of the Kurds, once the Turkey, you know, start to attack the northern Syria. And they asked me to attend those demonstrations, and I put a condition. I told him, I will come, but I will speak on behalf of the Assyrian nation. Mm-hmm. So they get it. So somehow it's, you know, it's absurdity. I'm attending a demonstration of Kurds. Okay? It sounds illogical, but I speak on behalf of the Assyrian because I know this is my opportunity to raise the consciousness to the Assyrian nation. So you can find me in those contexts. You know, I've got
last one was the Syrian Martyrs Day. That you can you tell me about it, please? We want to know how did you arrange it?
Yes. Well, I have very good friends from the Assyrian community in Sydney, Australia.
Okay.
One of them is Ramis Shaheen, David. They're
both my friends.
Yes. Raymond Lazar and many others. So they told me about the Shoab Tabbach.
Yeah.
The Assyrian Martyr Day. And I've decided that this is a good opportunity to start to and let the Israeli people to get to know more about the Assyrians. And then it was the very initial step of mine in this context, and I published it in social media, and I was surprised that
I've seen it.
yes, about 60 people attend this, event. I did it in the Greek community. We have a pretty nice Greek people, non-Jews, in Jerusalem, and I'm a Greek speaker, so it was easy to me to have their support. And actually, they suffered the same problem of you.
Massacres and all that.
Yes,
Genocide.
from the Turkish young, how do you call it, young Turkish regime. And it was pretty good. And I put some Assyrian songs, and the people felt that, wow, this is our language, this is our culture. So I said to them, yes, we have a new partner in the world. We have a new brothers and sisters in the world.
That's really nice. Well, why don't you say a few things in Assyrian, then they can hear you again speaking the Assyrian language.
Yeah. مبقر خمندي وانا مبقر
إيكت برياتين إسرائيليين جوزاخو.
أنا برياجو يروشلم.
يروشلم.
بل ملتي كلها من أسيريا لا من عاشور. قد مري لوخ يميتي لا من زاخو بابي من دهوك. وخراي زلو البغداد سكنو جو بغداد وشيتت خمشي وخا بلوتلن سيلن إسرائيل. احنا امزموا لخ ليشان ديني احنا كسخخ لا ليشان ديني بالق من شخله اتلن شوي شنه لا ولا اي علاقات مع ال
أخذت يطلقون شو تابوتا تامين أخ كلاب مندي
لا تلن هيتش مندي I'm a single person project. ולבעין בעננה חשותפותה but I need support. So I'm trying to collect support always from everywhere to build my NGO and to start by cultural activity. It is so important. I'll tell you something. Another absurdity. You know, in our weddings, we are singing always Kurdish songs. Okay? Always. And nobody can understand the lyrics.
Oh.
So once we able to change it, it's the same music, the same melody, but we can change the lyrics to Ashurit or Aramit. Most of the people can understand the lyrics, and it would be more significant to our society. So this is one of the project to Lishana Deni Lewa Lishan Kurdi.
Lewa Kurdi راب دوست تاس يوم منه اطلقوا زمارة تامي زمري
Itlan Rama Zamare, who most of them Zamre Lishan Kurdi.
Wow.
Ega ata etli hakma khurane Zamar Rabas Prailu, who Ana Kaswin, Ana Sha'ar, ma Mudigim Bret Sha'ar bed Lishan Mahura. Ana Mahura. Ana Kaswin, Ani Zamri, with Hakma Zamriasa. December the 1st بشم أخلق و كونفرنس يروشلايم.
أوكي أنا بزمري. إن زمرت أطلق شادر الله كيسلن يخاشب تعمل بخلن زمريات سورد وشادرفن كسلوخهم منه. مود مارا.
أنا I want to make a contact between Israeli artists from every aspect, mostly singers. And Assyrian singers, once they get together, they will immediately feel how close are they, and they can produce a new production.
For sure.
Okay?
Yes.
And the new production will be much more relevant to Israeli audience.
Well, I think it's time to start working together, start looking at our future. I believe it's been a long time gone that we humiliate these things, and maybe the enemy wants to see us this way. Now, it's about time to rise up and do something.
Yes.
For our future,
Yes.
because we need each other.
Totally, yes. And you can ask your audience, what did they know up to now about the Jewish Assyrian? It's a good question for our audience to see. I can guess that most of them don't know that there is such entity.
Well, we have one here. He said, I don't know. خابو قارة لروبا نقايا مرة باقورة من نوخن كما يطيتهم باست Assyrian Jewish اختوخن ماسيتون جوبيتون انتلوخن ديتين لا ابو قارة دكتور ياقو للشمو اصلا ياقو باقورو من نوخن خزخ اختوخن وماستون يبيتو لي جوابي كتويتون كتوم بيتون قد خزخ تازخن خابريك سورة ين از مرتا مقرخ لقاتو خون بدار خلطهم تخرزن بوش نامي
Taya شخياتو شمال خومه سبرتنا لوب شنفيره شمشت خيي وبزاريره ليتا مرقاتي ليتا مرقاتي مودي بداتي مودي داتي تعلق مغبي تعلق مغبي عتمر مغلبي قرام مغلبي ليتا مرقاتي ليتا مرقاتي مودي بداتي مودي داتي تعلق مغبي تعلق مغبي عتمر مغلبي قرام مغلبي
Now we're back again. Is your mic on?
Yes.
What do you think
I'm
about
ready.
what do you think about our cold here in Chicago? The cold weather.
The cold weather is amazing because I'm coming from about 30 degrees Celsius. It's something about like 90 Fahrenheit.
75, 80.
7, yes.
Fahrenheit, yeah.
And it is freezing.
Here.
Yes, from the other side, you know, the all offices and the, you know, hotels are too much
Heat.
too much heat. It's the differences is, you know.
But Chicago's beautiful, doctor.
Yes, but I have to suffer in order to get to my goals. So
Yeah,
this is my suffering.
I understand. I know what you're going through, this cold weather, all the way from Canada to Michigan to Chicago.
Yeah.
It wasn't, your trip was not in the right time,
Yeah.
weather-wise.
But I tell you what is warming me up
It's the people.
is the people. You know, they hug me. They give me much love. And they see how dear are the Assyrian people to me. How dear are they? And I'm creating many, many connections. It's, you know, it's a dream. I never thought that I will have such an opportunity to meet with very, very close brothers. They hug me always, and they take care of me.
Well, one thing is that what counts is the educated people. They have to understand this. Yes, there's a relation. Yes, there's. I mean, when I saw some of those videos called the Jewish Kurdish Jewish, it hurt me.
Yes.
Because we're very close in language-wise.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at it as a language, we have the same alphabet. Okay, we have most of the pronunciations of the words, they're similar to each other. Even if even it's in Jewish or Assyrian, if you go to Aina, Shimsa, Shimsha, and all, Fumma, all it's, you know, it comes down to the same language. So I don't know what happened, why historically we've been beating and thrown in the sides, or, you know, but you have a good start now. You have a good relation with the friends all over. We just become friends, me and you.
Yes.
And we just known each other. And we have to start something that it will help us both.
It will. It will. I'm a big believer. You know, many of my friends at the beginning criticized me. They said, it's not going to be. You are fantasize. You have a fantasy. Yes, I have a big fantasy. Once I start, you know, step by step to convince that it's coming true. And when I'm sending photos from here to there, and they see how many Assyrian fellows are around me, they send me texts. Yes, they're surprised and say, they cheer me and say, you are doing the right job, the right, your mission is so right, okay? So we have already many plans together, what to do together here in North America and there in
Is
the
it
land of
possible
Israel.
we can talk a little bit about those plans? What your intention? What do you want to do, or how we're gonna set them up to work all
Yes.
together?
Let me put at the table one of the biggest projects that I took on myself, okay?
Okay.
And don't tell me that I'm fantasized.
Okay, no, I won't. You told me
Yes.
already not to, so
Yes.
okay.
So I like to open in the year of 2020 the Assyrian embassy in Jerusalem.
That I'm gonna, say it. Okay, how?
It's pretty easy. I'm not a diplomat, okay? This is not my mission to create diplomatic relations. But I'm a cultural factor in Israel. So it is so simple to rent a house, to fill it with contents and activities belong to Jewish Assyrian and Assyrian from abroad, and to put two flags, the flag of Israel and Assyria, and that's it. We have embassy. We need some money, and we will have it, I'm sure. And I hope in the year of 2020, we will
You'll
have.
accomplish that?
Yes, we will have. And you will attend the opening.
For sure. If
Yeah.
it's in the Syrian embassy, I'll be there for sure, and we'll support this project because it's a dream for us to have an embassy for us as Assyrians, and that's the first embassy is going to start in Israel. Wow.
Sure,
This
sure.
is a good
To
start.
my opinion, it will affect the whole world because it is so symbolic, And this is the fulfillment, the beginning of the fulfillment of the prophecy of Isaiah, to build a highway from Israel to Assyria.
To Assyria. There is some fanatic people on both sides. You think, since you're talking about having an embassy in 2020 in Israel, don't you think those fanatic groups that will oppose it?
We can experience opposition, yes. But I don't care too much. But we are in a pretty safe zone in Israel, okay? There is no violence. They will not experience violence. But they can criticize. It's okay. We are an open society.
What's the opinion of the government of Israel about that?
We are all ignorance about Assyria, and the government as well. So there is no something serious in the governmental agenda, okay? So one of the first goal is to convince politicians in Israel, first to get to know what is Assyria. The second is to recognize the Assyrian Holocaust, okay? We have a great argument in Israel about the Armenian Holocaust. Genocide, yes. We call it in Hebrew, it's Holocaust, Shoah. Okay? So this is our obligation as Jewish people to recognize other genocide. Okay? And the third is to use our influence on the American administration to help the Assyrian people to rebuild the Assyrian state in northern Iraq.
You think after all what's going on in Middle East right now, let's talk about Middle East situation now between the Turks, the Arabs, the Iranians, all that commotion there. There's a gap, or there's a place for us as Syrians. We can get something, and because what they're doing right now, they're working hard to get us out of the country.
Yeah.
There isn't that much left in that country.
Yeah. Well, first, if you like to, if you like to learn from the Israeli experience, you have somehow get back to your country.
We have to learn that. I did
Yes.
mention that a couple times in my
Yes.
programs.
You can't build a country, a state, once you're sitting in the diaspora.
Exactly.
And you know, as the Jews, you should put in risk, you know, your convenient life in Northern America and start to get back to your country. This is the first. But I must tell you that we are, you know, Middle East is a big mess now. And,
It is.
and I see this chaos as an opportunity, because once, if you have a very stable state like Iraq, you have no chance to rebuild Assyria. They will persecute you.
That's
Okay.
right, yeah.
But now you have a window of opportunity. So you must take an advantage, okay,
That I agree
of
with
this
you.
of this situation.
The situation is very bad, and there's a chance for us to do something. I agree with you. And no one's going to give you your land while you're sitting
No,
in anywhere, in the United States or in Europe, and in the separate. You know, it's not like what you call it, someone's going to give me my land here. I have to go and get it, right? I have to
Sure.
fight for it.
sure.
And I did use that example, but right now, if you look at the superpower, who they are behind, that's the whole. The issue is all politics. How we can convince those superpowers, United States or any other country, tell them that we have a case, we have a genocide or Holocaust, or we have a land that's been taken from us, it's been Arabized, it's been Kurdish, they're naming our lands. For instance, if it's Arbil, or it become Holer, or any other, those, you
Yeah.
know, they're changing them. So how we can work on that?
Yeah. Well, it's a big question. I can only share with you my vision how we can help you. You know, we're a very tiny country. And we
That's
have
right.
only 6 million Jewish people in Israel. That's nothing if you like to compare it to the Arab world or the Islamic world that we are live in the middle.
Millions of millions. Yeah, you're
Yes,
right.
okay. But to be small nation, it's not disadvantage. Okay, because we must use our brain, and we use our brain. Okay. Now the logic is like that. Israel is very small, but has a huge influence on the American administration. Okay?
That I agree.
Yes. You can see our Prime Minister Netanyahu sitting with President Trump, and they are making deals big time.
Yeah.
Big time. So if we able to convince the state of Israel, the officials, the government, member of the Knesset, Israel can convince the American administration. Okay? But we have to show that we have a common interest, and we are a factor of stability in the Middle East. Okay? Because they fear from wars always.
Well, this is a very, what you call it, strong statement. But there's lots of work on your shoulder there, how to convince the Knesset or
Yes,
the government
yes.
to negotiate how to resettlement those people
Yes.
back home.
I tell you what, in December the 1st, in my conference in Jerusalem, the keynote speaker will be Dr. Michael Oren. He used to be the Israeli ambassador to U.S.
Okay.
He is the first expert in Israel to Israel-America relationship.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay? So he will meet with our Assyrian fellows, and I'm sure something will happen there. And then I have a very close friend. He's a member of Knesset, and he will attend this conference. His name is Michael Biton. So I'm only starting to collect the most influential people in the Israeli politics, and we can make a change through them. It starts by helping me personally, but it will become something more wide. Okay?
I wish if I knew about this conference, I would have been maybe involved in it, but it's new to me.
Yes.
I heard about our friends from
You're welcome to
Synagogue.
attend this. I know it's very close, but
It's very close. We'll
yeah.
see. We'll talk. We'll see what we can do. See, look at this guy's giving me the smile. He knows what's going on.
what's going on? Let me know.
No, we have so many invitations. We don't know where to go.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
the problem. But seriously, I'm very happy that we're meeting and we're changing those thoughts, and the beliefs are strong. And if we build on that, we have a good future coming.
Sorry. Yeah.
So, again, I would like to welcome you to Chicago. And we're very happy that you're here among us, and I hope you don't feel like you're not home. This is home for you too.
Well, I feel home. I have many friends here. I'd like to thank you, and I'd like to thank my very close friend, Juliana Timorazi, that she's hosting me here. She's taking care of me, and she's let me get to know those people from this community of Chicago and Assyria at all. And I would like to thank my fellows in the other communities, Adnan Shamoun from
Adnan,
Toronto community, and Inanna Mardukh, that somehow she is responsible to this
Oh,
trip.
she's worried about you. Shlami Khubbi Qatokhun. He's here. He's okay.
And then the other two fellows from the Chaldean community in Detroit, Chris Salem and Rana Abru. They are all amazing people. I fell in love with them, really.
Well, I'm so happy that you're here. It's an honor for us to meet with you. And always it's good to have a good friend who cares about all nations, not only our nation, but we care about that relation. We're very happy about it. Thank you for
Thanks
being
a
here.
lot.
Thank you.
Slama.
Shena
Shena u'slama.
Rab Shena.
Thank you.
مخبي أهي وتبقتن أم دا أرخنتي وأمان جدا خرزة بصورة قد قم أيلو خش قلياوة بضايتهم ولا تخمنتا بس بالخانة برايا مدير هقوتا رخومتا يصورا بتأموات خينا موديلة شلامي خبي قاتوخم تازخ ال خرزني عدايا